What's up, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of KM Videos True Stories. Welcome to another episode, KM Videos True Stories.
I give a roll, you know what I'm saying? Rolling down the street in my city car. I hit front, back, side to side.
From my low, my jaw, the pimp, the hog.
Check it out.
Sweatshirt and low soul.
That was it. I never stopped banging. I started banging hard, then I got so hard till it was a shame. Welcome to another episode of KM Videos True Stories. Today's episode takes place at Mom's house in LA, somewhere around 93-ish, 94-ish, something like that. And it involves the homie, Baby S-Mac. So one day, S-Mac comes over, and we in my house, and we're just looking for something to get into. Baby S-Mac is a lot younger than me. He's more on the awareness tip at the time, with the gang antennas just up, raised real high. And I had these neighbors. They were Mexican neighbors. Well, the father was a light-skinned black dude, and the mother was a Mexican. And they had 3 kids, a girl and 2 boys. I went to school with the female, the oldest one. The boys were younger, so I didn't really have no interactions with them. Plus, their parents didn't allow them to play with us or talk to us, so it was always like a stalemate in dealing with them. So we had no friendships. We had no communication. You got to think, these youngsters growing up from kindergarten on up, they seen us hanging out. They seen groups and mobs of 60s at the house. They done seen us get down on the block. But they really didn't come out the house when they was young. So no, maybe they didn't, but they had to know, man, they wasn't that stupid. It was so obvious. It was right there like a sore eye, man. We don't only hang out on the block. We the only house where the police is constantly coming through, jacking us up or raiding the house. Our house was on everybody's radar. The neighbors, neighborhood watch, the school police, the school administration, and the little kids growing up. And these dudes are getting older now. And they're at that age where y'all hanging out, you got dudes over there, you got company over there, and we don't know them. I live in the middle of the block. And everybody know where we from. The youngsters know, the old neighbors know, the nosy neighbors know, the people at 54th Street School in the office, they know, the kids know, everybody know. It's not that we go broadcasting it, they can see by the attire and what area it is. But I don't know who's visiting down the street. I never looked at them dudes as having gang-affiliated company. I never looked at them as selling no drugs or doing anything illegal other than stealing tires off a car. Never thought nothing about them dudes having gang members on the block. So Baby S-Mac inquires, who are them fools down the street? Just 2 houses away. They're my neighbors. But who are they? I don't know, just a Mexican family. He's like, well, where they from? I'm like, I don't know where they from. I don't think they from nowhere. So he said, well, I'm going to go down there and see. So S-Mac strolls down there and hits the dudes up. S-Mac is still young at the time, so he's wild. He's with it. He's looking for action. That's the way we all was brought up. Constantly, steadily, every day looking for action. Whether that action was going to be some shooting, some fighting, or throwing some dice. I had to have action, but I'm at an age now where I'm maturing and every little thing don't mean nothing to me. S-Mac is on point. He's on guard. He got to know who was around us and if there's anybody worthy of being recruited and put on the turf. So S is doing what he's supposed to do. Make no quarrels about it. It's my partner, man, and that was our day. Well, we was hanging out, just doing the homeboy thing. And I don't think they ever gave him a straight answer one dude jumps in his Cutlass and he speeds off. He takes off like Speed Racer in an old school Cutlass and goes up the street towards 54th. The fool spins around, squelching tires. And so I pulled my 9 out. Baby Mac had like a 4.5 Sig that looked like a 9. But he's down the block where the Mexican live, 2-3 houses away. So this car comes flying down the street. He's in the middle of the street, sort of on the driver's side. So he's on the wrong side of the street a little bit. And I had a telephone pole next door on the corner of the property of my neighbor, in between my mother's house and where the Mexicans and baby S-Mac are. So I pull my 9 and I stand behind the telephone pole. I don't think nothing. I'm just wondering why he's speeding and all that. I'm not tripping off no gang banging, no hostile neighbors, no company, none of that. Ain't never cared about that. Only thing I ever cared about is if you walk past my house and you're a stranger. Only thing I ever tripped off of on my block. And so, dude gets to bussing. He's driving and bussing. He got like a 25 or a 32, something that sounds like a high-powered pellet gun. He's getting off. Boom, 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 boom. And I get off back. Boom, boom. But I'm like, I'm still in shock. Yeah, I got off, but I'm in shock because this nigga actually busts on me. I ain't got nothing to do with nothing. He must have already had this in his head. I'm getting off on KevMac. It had to be already in his head. Your man is right there to hit you up. He was right there. You could have got off on your man or could have told him where you was from, so he had to be an enemy. I'm assuming he got to be an enemy. Because nobody takes off paranoid like that and doing that burning rubber stuff and coming back busting on the dude that didn't even hit you up, the dude that didn't even give a damn about you or your friends, which are my neighbors. So anyway, I retreat back, but he done sped off. S-Mac Sig jam on him. I could have swore S bust one time, but S say his Sig jammed on him. And I ain't hit nothing that I know of. I ain't hit the school across the street. I ain't hit the car, the shooter. I ain't hit none of the dudes across the street playing basketball. None of that. I don't know what the hell I must have hit. And I'm the one always talking about somebody else can't shoot and somebody else busts on me and didn't hit nothing. Today is the day that I don't see nothing that I hit. Not that I went looking, but I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? So anyway, Moms comes running outside screaming, Kev, Kev, Kev. I'm like, what's up, Mom? So I'm looking, I know the police coming because my neighbors don't like me here. My neighbors don't like me here. And the Mexicans' parents don't like me. So I already know the police coming. But nevertheless, Mom's like, man, give me your guns. S-Mac ain't giving up his gun. Rule number 1, don't give up your gun. He's not giving up his gun. It's my mama, and I know she's trying to protect us, and she'll take a case for us. So I had Mom's, my pistol. Here, Mom, go put it up. So Mom's takes the gun and goes in the house with the gun. And S-Mac's like, man, what was that all about? I don't know. You started that shit. Who is that nigga? I don't know. You went to inquire. So we get in the car and we leave because, again, we know the sheriff. Sheriff's coming at any moment. So we take off and we go to the other side of Slauson, deeper into the 60s, near the border of Inglewood. So we at the homie Baby Waco's house, chilling, talking about the incident. And we see this fool coming slowly from Inglewood. And S-Mac's like, oh, there he go, let's get him. I'm like, no, 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 don't get him because they're coming straight to my house. When they find out this fool got chipped, they coming to my house. Don't do it, don't do it. They gonna tell on us. S-Mac like, man, you sure S-Mac ready? He's out there ready. And I'm retreating because I know this fool probably went to get some more heat or some more bullets. We know he a shooter. He about to bust, so I kind of back up. And S-Mac's like, damn, man, I want to get that fool as he passed by. I'm like, man, that would have been a bad mistake. We was going to jail for sure. And so that was dude's lucky day, man. I don't even know if he realized that we had him right there. We had him when he came up that street. I don't know if he recognized us or recognized the car, but yeah, he could have got. So when we go back to the house, there ain't nobody around. So it's nobody to talk to, nobody to be mad at, and just another day on Eileen Avenue. Shout out to the Mac Heads and Maniacs. Shout out to S-Mac. Please click the like button. We had some good stories the last 3 days. I'm going to try to get you guys some good stories. I know you want some more Roscoe, some more spades, gambling, pigeons. I'll see what I could put together for y'all. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't be afraid to leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about this video and what type of stories you look forward to. I'm out of here, y'all. Salute.